Morning, children's. It's your old pal Brian. It's Saturday the something or other because I got to change the date on my
flaps half 12.5 volts.
Got to change the date on my
Flaps
door
half.
cam. Taking off.
Flaps half.
Taking off
Flaps
against
up.
the wind. And I've got a Eflite 3000 milliamp hour battery, and it's the size of a car battery. Should have used more flaps because I had to give it some gas to get up off the ground. That was one of the gifts from my neighbor. They had I mentioned it previously, they had the flyaway on their it's Blade 350QX or something like that. That was a shitty platform anyway to be using for photography. It just up and flew away. Someday somebody's gonna be hiking through the woods and find this little carcass.
11.8 volts.
About 7:30 or so in the morning, and it's above the tree line where I'm at right now.
147 feet. 029.6 knots.
It's blowing at about 15 knots. So I think the sea wind might be staying right where it's at, because that damn thing does not take a lick.
11.8 volts.
Now, they brought about 6 batteries with me anyway, so. Last night we did our night driving exercise, which was a fucking farce. I've been driving at night and teaching driving at night for many years, and I find great humor in our having to take the class. In fact, the PowerPoint was from 2007.
11.6 volts.
But yeah, that was funny. So I got home at 11 and got up this morning about 6:30, and that was enough for me. Pup is sleeping with her mother. She's disinterested in coming out today, which is fine because I kind of want to get these flights over, frankly, and get to the tasks at hand before the sun starts to get up high.
11.6 volts.
I've got to trim the hedges with my bad wrist. See how that goes. Mow and weed eat. I want all that out of the way, and if time allows and the wife isn't tasking me with something else, like going to the movies, she wants to go see Wonder Woman, and then all I see in my mind is Linda Carter's magnificent boobs, and there's a
11.5 volts.
There's a web shot of her, Linda Carter, in some shitty movie back in the 70s where her boobs are hanging out. What a lovely set. God, just beautiful. Anywho, yeah, that plane's getting bounced around. Yeah, it's turbulent. And it'd be one thing if it was just a 11 knot breeze. There we go.
11.4 volts.
Get down here at 50 feet or so.
128 feet. 034.7 knots.
That's still turbulent. So anywho, yeah, gonna be doing the lawn thing here in a bit. That'll get me through till midweek next week, and I'll be all happy.
11.3 volts.
Get that shit out of the way. What else? Yeah, the gun control thing is annoying. It's funny because the way it works is we learned part A of why gun control is not cool here in the U.S. because of many things, laws based on precedents, and you can't just limit them a little bit because assholes, every time there's a mass murderer, will insist that we limit them a lot. So by the time you're done, because we have a free society, truly only bad guys will have firearms, because there's no way here in the U.S. with 200 million people and various forms of
11.3 volts.
various different states with different levels of law, that what'll happen is that the only way you can keep guns out of criminals' hands are to have a law that allows people like me, the state police or the federal agents, to come in and do a, air quotes, gun check. So they're going to, what you'd have to do is give up your civil rights to allow at any point in time a federal agent or state agent or municipal agent to come in your house, go to your underwear drawer, and check for guns. I love to use the term underwear drawer because what ends up happening is that it seems that people are freaks and they love to hide their weird stuff, Great Danes, whips and chains, and motor oil, in their underwear drawer.
11.2 volts.
That's that old Steve Martin gag, whips and chains, Great Danes, and motor oil. So what ends up happening is that you have to give up your rights and allow for that. And then we can actually truly have gun control. Because any laws placed in, put in place to control firearms will only harm the law-abiding individual. It's just like having to register your drones.
11.2 volts.
The only way that shit's gonna work is to make unbelievable penalties for flying your drones without a registration. And even them bad guys don't give a shit. Ooh. Yeah, it is
11
turbulent
volts.
up there. So yeah, bad guys don't care. So they're going to do what they want to do anyway. Because generally whatever it is they're going to do nefarious with their drone, it's a much greater, it's going to be a much greater penalty than possession of the drone without registration anyway. It's knee-jerk reactionism by the government. So anyway, the well-meaning, I guess, German,
11.1 volts.
there again, doesn't know what the F he's talking about at all. Any way, shape, or form. I don't want to. The bottom line is that I'd rather live in a free society and take the, for lack of better terms, occasional collateral damage of dumbasses
11 volts.
poking a hole through each other than to give up the freedom to have a firearm that will protect me and my loved ones. In fact, it's one of the bigger concerns in my mind when I travel. I'm going to be getting a concealed firearms permit here sooner rather than later, because once I become a civilian, I'm going to want to protect myself when I'm on the road. In fact, I was discussing this with a friend in reference to Canada. Canada don't like guns. Well, they don't like handguns. You can still have a damn, you can still have a shotgun. So I'll have a shotgun in my trailer. Yeah,
10.8 volts.
truly the first thing that happened when Hitler came in is he disarmed his citizens as chancellor. And then he burned all the books. Alrighty, let's bring her in.
Volts.
How does that work? There we go.